Everyone's heard of global warming. At least, I hope so. The causes of global warming are pretty well known, but here's the basics, just in case. The main cause of global warming is greenhouse gases. For example, carbon dioxide, methane, ozone, etc. If we release too many of these gases, they get trapped in the atmosphere, like how a greenhouse traps heat in, which, of course, is where it got its name. Think of it like you're under a nice, cozy blanket, perfectly warm, but then you keep adding blankets. You'll get hotter and hotter until you can't take it anymore. Although it's common knowledge, I believe that a lot of people don't realize the gravity of this situation. We're told that global warming will cause irreparable damage to the planet, but it just flies over most people's heads. I think that what people really need is a real-life example of the greenhouse effect. Luckily for us, we have a neighbor right here in the solar system that's experienced a very similar thing. Venus currently stands at an average temperature well into 900 degrees Fahrenheit, or 475 degrees Celsius. It's so hot that even though many spacecraft have been sent to the surface of the planet, the longest has only survived 2 hours before it was cooked. However, Venus may not have always been the inferno that it is. Scientists have been able to make a map of what could happen to Earth with global warming, and they used this map to do a reverse analysis on Venus. They found that it's possible that Venus was once similar to us, with an ocean, land, cooler temperatures, and maybe even life. Since Venus is closer to the Sun, however, it's automatically hotter than Earth. The ocean eventually evaporated, and most objects containing CO2 also started to melt or burn and release their CO2. On Earth, things like rocks and water are able to contain a lot of the CO2 we have, but on Venus, this was no longer the case. Since all this carbon dioxide had been released, the greenhouse gas effect ran wild and the atmosphere became what we know it as now. Even if Venus is very comparable to Earth and what might happen to us, there is one huge difference. We have much more control over our greenhouse gas effect. While the huge atmospheric changes on Venus mostly started due to the fact it's closer to the Sun, we're fortunate enough to be in the habitable zone. This means that the temperature on Earth is perfect for supporting life. Therefore, what's causing the huge influx of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is entirely human behavior. Having Venus as a next-door neighbor is incredibly valuable to studying climate change here on Earth. We're able to test theories and come up with a more accurate model for our own atmosphere.